We have a fascinating I-Team exclusive interview for you now. Inside the mind of the man who can't stop stealing subways and buses. He's been at it for 35 years. Darius McCollum is now 50 years old and behind bars on Rikers Island after his latest arrest for allegedly stealing a Greyhound bus. We covered his first arrest for taking a subway train more than 3 decades ago when he was 15.
He was finally arrested by police who had been notified that, quote, a very young person seemed to be driving the train.
Because they said you took it from them.
Darius McCollum agreed to sit down with investigative reporter Sarah Wallace for his first ever TV interview. Sarah.
Well, check, it really is fascinating. Some are calling Darius McCollum a menace to society who should be locked away. Others say he's a misunderstood man with a mental disorder who has fallen through the cracks. The fact is, his compulsion cannot be put into a convenient category. He just may be one of a kind. So what to do about Darius?
Most of us look at riding the subway as a cramped, noisy necessity. But for 50-year-old Darius McCollum, it's an addictive high, and riding isn't enough.
What goes through your mind when you get behind the controls or the wheel?
What goes through my mind is the enjoyment, the thrill, the satisfaction to know how to do it and do it better than other people.
Darius has done it since he was a kid. He spoke to me in his first TV interview ever from Rikers Island, where he's been unable to make bail on his latest charge. That would be for allegedly helping himself to an empty Greyhound bus in Hoboken last November and ending up in Brooklyn.
Why don't you just stop?
I have that problem. I don't know how to stop. I want to know how to stop. I just feel compelled. It's like I'm drawn in, and I don't know how to fight that feeling on my own.
That feeling has caused him to be arrested 30 times in 35 years. Every time he gets out of prison, security alerts are posted in mass transit hubs. He first exploded into the national headlines in 1981 at age 15, nabbed after driving an in-service E-subway train several stops.
A 15-year-old Queens boy had actually hijacked.
But Darius now reveals that wasn't the first time.
I was caught when I was 15, but I had been driving trains since the age of 12.
That year, Darius was stabbed by a fellow student at school. The subway became a safe haven. Transit workers took him in and even started giving him their shifts.
They trusted me. They know I know the system. They know I know the layout. They needed time off. They needed to get things done. I was available.
Darius has been diagnosed with Asperger's, a form of autism. In his mind, he's always wanted to provide a service for riders.
How do I get on? I have uniforms, I have keys, I have IDs.
He told me he's operated subway trains all over New York City.
There's not a subway line in the subway system that I really haven't operated.
And he expanded his horizons to all sorts of mass transit equipment.
You've driven an Amtrak train.
Yes.
Never got caught.
Correct.
Long Island Railroad.
Long Island Railroad, Metro North.
Never got caught for those.
Correct.
And then there are the buses.
Do you target a vehicle or just does it come over you?
Sometimes I target a vehicle, and then there's other times it just comes over me. There's no set pattern. It was never my intention to actually hurt anybody, which greatly I didn't.
Forensic specialist Ray Kusatani has assessed and treated Darius for 20 years.
Once there is a component or a part of his life that it creates stress or anxiety, then that's when he starts acting on some of the emotional needs that he has.
At the time of his latest theft, he was about to lose his housing and was down to his last $15.
The only way he can get help is if he has services.
And he's not getting them.
And he doesn't get them.
And then he does it again.
And then he does it again. And it takes a while. It takes until he kind of, I hate to use that, falls off the rails.
Which just happens to be the name of a documentary on Darius by California-based filmmaker Adam Irving, set to be completed in April.
People are worried that if you get out, you're just going to do it again.
I'm worried that if I get up, I'm going to do it again too. I want people to understand that I'm a man with a problem. I want people to understand that I need help with my problems.